Hello Mallards, it is Thursday and it is the second day of the York Fringe Festival. You can see their like little tags here and the posters. This is the Valencia Ballroom where I saw a show yesterday, but that is not the show I'm going to go see today. I am heading up to Rockfish where I'm going to see an improv show, and then I'm going to drive a little ways across town to see a Shakespeare show. So that is the plan for today. So come along, let's see some theater. I just saw my first show of the festival today. It was Hippie and Frenchie, an improv show, a 30-minute improv show with two people, Hippie and Frenchie, who got a single prompt and then they did several scenes based in that location, which was really fun. So the location was a train car, and we had an encounter in the dining car between a woman and a waiter, an encounter between a man logging 10,000 hours doing something, and the woman he was sitting next to, and then the two train whistles on top of the car talking to each other. And then the woman who met the diner and the man who was logging his 10,000 hours met each other. And then they rounded it out with the train whistle. And they did a very good job of making several ridiculous and interesting scenes, but an incredible job of wrapping it all up so beautifully with the train whistles. The show ended and I was like, wow, that felt like an ending. And I feel like that's really hard to do and not something I see often enough with this kind of improv show. So it was beautifully done. The two of them are clearly very talented, and I super enjoyed that. And now I'm gonna hop in the van because I need to drive to my next location, and we're gonna check out some Shakespeare. This is the venue for the next show. And it's so pretty. I mean, look at this. Look at this mural. This is gorgeous. Ah, I love it. I love this whole thing. I'm so excited to go see Shakespeare here. I mean, I am pretty much always excited to see a Shakespeare adaptation, and Shakespeare Under the Sea sounds like fun, but this is so pretty. I just finished seeing Shakespeare Under the Sea, Troilus and Cressida, which is a show that I wasn't familiar with at all, but it is essentially the Trojan War. When I started reading the characters, I was like, wait a second, I do know what this story is. But it is the story of Cassandra and Cressida essentially helping some Trojans escape during the fall of Troy. And a little bit about Cressida and Troilus's romance. But this particular version is set under the sea and also has an eco bent. So what is destroying Troy and bringing them low is the use of plastics in the community. And what the Greeks are bringing in who are attacking is just a bunch of plastics. And so it was talking about microplastics and that kind of stuff. Not super preachy necessarily, but definitely an eco bent. And apparently there's a whole Shakespearean movement called Globe for Globe that is eco Shakespeare, which I think is kind of cool. So this group is presenting as part of a conference for that next week and just rolled in to do the show this week. The group is called Orange Mite, and they also have done the entire Shakespearean catalog except for King Lear, which they're doing next month. And that'll be the last one. The guy who runs it has been doing this since high school, just doing Shakespeare, and a wide variety. I talked to his dad, who was the lighting tech, so it hasn't all been eco. That just happens to be this show. But they've done a huge array of Shakespearean adaptations, some very, very true and some a little bit crazy. And it just sounds so neat. And the show was very enjoyable. I had a great time. Fantastic performers. There was song, which I enjoyed. And the delivery of the Shakespearean lines, it's clear that these people understand what they're saying, which I really like. And the costume design, phenomenal. All the Trojans were wearing capes and helms that were metal and cloth. And then all of the Greeks were wearing matching things, but made out of like plastics, like milk jugs and trash bags and grocery sacks. So they were dressed almost identically, but the Greeks were made of trash. They had a campfire made of trash, and like, it was just so cool. And the Greek chorus were a bunch of sea life puppets, which was so cute. I really enjoyed this. I had a great time. They have one more performance tomorrow. As always, a link down there to York Fringe. If you happen to be around York, Pennsylvania, you should check it out. And I will see you when I see more shows tomorrow.